This is Music with Mason here, joined with the wonderful Indie Yearn core band out of Des Moines, Munk Rivers.
More from my day, more from my year, cover your ears if you hate what you hear. Here's what I'll say.
How are you guys doing today?
We're great.
So good. Yeah.
Doing good, maybe.
Feeling prideful today.
Oh yeah.
Of course, here at the PrideFest, as always, an amazing crowd out there. So, you guys played your hearts out, which was exciting, to say the least. I mean, you guys are really well known for your songs Leeches and Numbers, Rug, and Ceramics, which are all amazing songs. Just must say, amazing songs. So, and I wanted to start off. It started off as a duo. Who was in this duo?
The duo was myself, Charlotte, and my older brother Tucker.
Yourself, Charlotte, and
Myself, Charlotte.
oh,
Wait.
myself, Charlotte.
Yeah,
Nice.
I know my grandma.
I'm a dick.
Listen.
There's 3 people in this duo. Some fantastic. And you were just known as the Judkins. Why the Judkins?
Well, so originally we were Owen and Jay,
Yeah.
and it was our middle names, and then we kind of upgraded to Munk Rivers when we moved to Des Moines. That was like our kind of like big city operation name, and then we went to a house show and picked up Izzy and Max. They were part of a cover band, and they are just so talented and like completely just make it. Make the sound a lot more well-rounded and so much better. They're both so talented.
Of course. And, you guys started off right here, beautiful state of Iowa. Then you moved around a little bit. So you guys went all the way up to Wisconsin at a place called Burr Oak.
We did?
He is an art.
Oh my gosh, how do you know that? I forgot that. You just went to my mind palace. We went to an open mic in Wisconsin on just a little trip. That's insane, you know that.
You should tell them about the mental breakdown that we had.
Mental breakdown.
Yeah, there were some breakdowns in the early days. We were just playing all these open mics and just getting it started and figuring out what our sound was, and we had a breakdown on stage because we didn't tune to the right song. And there was 4 people in the audience and it was fine. Were you there?
I was not. I do my research. That's all I can say. What can you guys, I'm going to start moving over to you now. What can you tell us about Plain Talks, Books, and Coffee?
Plain Talks, Books, and Coffee.
Max was the only one that wasn't there.
Yeah, unfortunately, I wasn't there. I'll pass this to Izzy, though.
I was there. Yeah, so I was there to see Charlotte and Tucker play. It was a couple weeks after the first time I jammed with them in Tucker's apartment with that electric drum set. And they put on an amazing show. It was very, very cool to see them play. And I was very, very excited to start working with them more, start playing more shows. I don't know, places similar. Plain Talks is great. They have good sandwiches, good coffee.
We were just there the other day.
We were just there the other day. I got an ice cream cone, 2 scoops of strawberry. It's pretty good.
Sorry, that's it. Yeah.
Of course. And what about Trillick's studio, Philip Young? Do you know?
We do know Phil, yes. I know Phil very well. He's one of my pals. Works at Trillick Studios in the same building as I do at Big Grove, where I serve tables. But he's an audio engineer that mastered our first 2 singles and is helping us actually produce this upcoming EP that we're releasing. He's the shit. Everybody go check out. He produced and was in the band Anna Libera for one of their records that I can't think of the name of, but go check that out. Anna Libera rocks. He's the shit.
Of course. Amazing guy, I'm assuming. Amazing guy. So, another place that you guys have gone to, what can you tell us about Fuzzy's Taco Shop?
So, we played Fuzzy's Taco Shop. It was an open mic, and it was right after a day of lumberjack work, which is what I was doing at the time. So I showed up visibly dirty, covered in scratches, smelled terrible. Big chainsaw boots and overalls on, but we just rocked it. That was so fun. I remember that show, and yes, that was the first time people expressed some interest in listening to us and coming to more shows when it's just me and Tucker, and it really does all feel made up until someone responds to it, and that was the first time I remember that. So yeah.
Well said indeed. So, could you guys give a quick shout out to your high school, Webster City High School? What can you give us information about Webster City High School? How many of you went to Webster City? All just you two. Any fun memories about Webster City High School?
I think the funnest or the best memory that we have from our high school, Charlotte and I would write songs for Owen and Jay, our first little project in our high school auditorium. And I would always sneak out during study halls, tell my teacher I was going to the bathroom, and then 45 minutes later, Charlotte and I would have written a song. And that's kind of how we originally got started writing music, was just sneaking out during our open periods, writing in an empty auditorium, and shout out Webster City High School for letting that happen, for letting that slide.
And I'm not just going to cheat off of it because of your shirt, but then you guys moved on. Some of you went to Drake University. What can you tell us about Drake? How is it right now?
Well, okay, so I go to Drake actively. I'm next year's gonna be my final year, hopefully, if I graduate on time. And then Izzy just graduated, but I guess I can go first on. Well, the state of Drake, not in a great spot, but for me personally, I'm having a good time. I don't even study music there. I study digital media production, like a journalism kind of thing. But I just, it's cool. There's some cool people there. Other good, talented musicians and bands like Dirty Blonde. One of their guitarist and singer goes there. We live with him, and Plumero. I think some of their members also go to Drake. So just pretty cool little community there. I'll hand it off to Izzy for this now.
Yeah, it's been cool at Drake. I've been able to meet. That's how I met Max. That's how I met a lot of the musicians that I've had the privilege to play with in the past 6 months, year, whatever. Yeah, and I also really appreciate the resources that we have available to us. I don't know. I don't really have anything else to say, honestly.
Of course. Is there a person you'd like to shout out to named Erica?
So, hi, I'm Izzy. Erica has been my roommate since freshman year of college, and she is incredibly talented. She did sound, worked the board at our house shows that we used to have. She does videography, photography, and she's incredibly talented. One of, if not the most amazing person that I've ever met in my entire life. She's so very talented. Oh yeah, she made a documentary actually about Munk Rivers and our process in starting to record and playing shows. Does anyone else want to talk about the doc? Does anyone want to talk about the doc?
I just mentioned where to find the doc.
Yeah, you can find the doc on YouTube. We have about a 20-25 minute documentary about our process recording and playing some cool gigs around the Midwest. So you can check that out. She made that. That was pretty cool.
Amazing. So I have a few questions for each of you. This is getting into the really deep Nardwuar side of the things, so I hope you're ready. So Tucker, what can you tell us about Big Grove Brewery?
Big Grove Brewery is my place of work and has provided a lot of really great friends that I've made that come to shows, and it's so awesome. And I actually was scheduled to work this morning, and I didn't know. And last second just told them that I had a show, and they were super understanding. So shout out Big Grove for kind of letting this dream grow. It's a good spot. Go grab, I'm trying to think of my favorite menu items right now. The jerk chicken sandwich. Oh my God. Mason, you ever get the chance to swing out there? It's the jerk chicken. The aioli, fantastic. Those sweet potato fries, if they're fried, left in the fryer long enough. Oh my Lord, so good.
You saw John Mayer at 5 years old?
Now you're getting real Nardwuar with it. I sure did. That was my first show ever in the world.
Do you like John Mayer?
I love John Mayer. He's my hero. He's my hero musically. I just heard all of the band groan when I said that. I love what he does with a guitar in his hands. And outside of that, I love still 85% of what he says. But then there's some things that are a little shaky.
Of course. I mean, John Mayer is one of the legends. One of the legends. Moving on to Max. What can you tell me about dressing up as one of the Wiggles?
Oh yeah, so in my freshman year of college last year, me and my friends, we went as the Wiggles for Halloween, and I was the yellow Wiggle, of course, and Yeah, we dressed up, went to our classes that day as the Wiggles. We took a picture with like random instruments we found. Well, I mean, I took it with my bass, which is yellow, so it kind of worked well. Yeah, I love a good group costume. Me and Izzy were talking about it, but yeah, I went as a Wiggle.
Of course. And your dad, was he a drummer for a few punk bands? What kind of punk bands were he in?
So my dad, when he started drumming when he was like 14, and so for those like first 10, 15 years of drumming, he was in a lot of punk bands. I'm from St. Louis, so it was a lot of like St. Louis, like Southwest Illinois area. And then he joined this one band that was kind of more on like the noisy alt rock side of things. But he's back in a punk band now, and he's killing it. He loves it. Shout out to my dad. Yeah, he's a really good drummer. If I didn't know Izzy, he might be the best drummer I know. But no, he's really good. So yeah, he's in punk bands. That's where I get my appreciation for it.
Of course. And 2 generations of music in your bloodline is now out and about. Punk band and now with Munk Rivers. So, moving on to Izzy, tell us about the time you met Loki, Tom Hiddleston.
Oh my goodness, wow, you really did your research. I believe that was Comic-Con at Navy Pier in 2018. I'm a big Marvel nerd. I love me some comics, and Loki, Laufeyson, is my favorite character. And I had an opportunity to meet Tom Hiddleston at that Comic-Con, and it was amazing. It was really, really sweet. He was a sweetheart. I loved that experience. One of the best days of my life, honestly.
And you dressed up as Loki, didn't you?
For Halloween last year, or 2 years ago, me and 2 of my old roommates dressed up as Marvel villains. So I was Loki, my roommate Tavia was Thanos, and my roommate Erica was the Scarlet Witch, and it was a whole lot of fun. I made a homemade Tesseract that I carried around the whole night, and that was pretty cool. It was pretty fun, yeah.
Amazing experience. And now finally to Charlotte, and I quote, "'Cause you're gay and you're
Yearning.
the Drake broadcast system." The interview.
The interview. That was so silly. I think I was like maybe disassociated for that because it was like before the show or after, and they were asking some deep questions, and I spoke it plain, and I still hold true to that. A lot of our songs are very yearning, and you're gay.
It's a good quote though.
Thank you so much.
It should be on a shirt now.
It probably should. People are.
Before you leave, you should sign on the poster that I got from you guys.
Oh, absolutely. I'll sign anything on that poster.
Did you make the poster?
I did not make the poster. Our very talented friend, Sinisty Olsen, who is a graphic designer and photographer based out of Minneapolis, but she does work in Des Moines too, made it.
Of course. And finally, down to some deeper questions right here at the very end. Each of you, if you could have one final meal before you passed away, what would it be? We can start from the right, so right here to Tucker.
Okay, one meal. Jerk chicken. Oh, the jerk chicken would be a good option. You know what, though? I'm going to go with my mother's Swedish meatballs. Get out of here. They're so good. That'd be mine.
I think mine would be. Oh my gosh. Sushi, because you get a bunch of different things from sushi.
I was really certain of my answer until Charlotte just said sushi. Sushi. Oh God, I think for me, just a big bowl of fettuccine Alfredo. It's my last meal before I passed away.
Stop. I guess I would, for my last meal, I would like some homemade ratatouille. I really like ratatouille, but exclude the eggplant, please. Only zucchini, yellow squash, and tomato as the topping.
That sounds fantastic. Sounds really good. So for my second question for you guys have been going all around here. You just finished a show up here at the PrideFest, and I didn't know that you opened up about your sexuality, which is really, powerful, because not a lot of people are super into that when they go to like different shows. But right here at the PrideFest, you can be who you want to be, which is really nice. So it's a very deep question. I've asked every single person I've interviewed this. If you could tell all the young and inspiring musicians that really want to do what you guys are doing right now and need support right now, what would you tell them and why?
Oh my gosh. That is a great question. Yeah, I might just tell them that whatever you're doing is okay, and if you broadcast it to the people that you love first, and then kind of take it from there, that everything's gonna be okay. So just like believe in yourself, believe in what you're doing, whatever it is. Like if you put your whole Badussi into it, it's gonna be all right. Like it'll work out. You just gotta believe.
Aw, that's amazing.
Am I allowed to say that to kids?
No, they can't.
Badussi's like PG-ish.
Oh God. I would say that everybody's path in music is different, and like the way that one band made it doesn't mean that you're gonna make it that way. And stay in school, and but also skip classes to write music, 'cause that's fun. And what else would I say? I think that's all I got. Max?
This is a weird question because like I still consider myself a young and
You're a
aspiring
child.
musician.
Yeah.
So it's yeah. God, I don't know. Just do what you want to do. I don't know. Like I don't really think about this because like I'm consider myself the one that needs advice. But what do I want some? Oh, that question. I don't know. I'm thinking about Serotonin right now. They're playing outside and they're just a bunch of like teenagers, high schoolers playing at Pride as well. I don't know. I think it's just do what you think is right, and like the rest will follow. Like Tuck said, just have fun with it, but also like make a few sacrifices, I guess.
Definitely. I think it's really important to trust yourself, really trust your gut. As a woman in music, especially in percussion, I play the drums, I feel like I really have to prove myself sometimes to people, So I think just trust your gut, do your very best, play from the heart, and if you do all of that, you might find some success. That's what I found, at least. So that's what I have to say on that.
Beautiful words from each of our wonderful members of Munk Rivers. And for our final question, which I've been wanting to know since day one, since I've heard about you guys, why the name Munk Rivers?
Yeah, so Munk Rivers came from just like the French meaning of the word, which I believe is the river of monks. So that's why we're called Munk Rivers. Originally Charlotte was just going to be Munk Rivers, but I think the whole band is kind of encapsulated it now. So we're all Munk Rivers, and we often get confused for the River Monks, which is another band here in Des Moines. Go check them out.
I hope so.
I think so. I think they're still rocking around, but shout out River Monks for kind of sharing the name with us.
Of course. Thank you guys so much for your time. We hope to see you guys in the future. You guys did amazing up there. And as always, we will see everyone listening in next time.